Well, I am here with a Jacksonville native. This is Sergeant First Class Brittany Park, who is a cancer survivor. I'm so glad to hear that, and is raising 2 sons. So thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you so much.
And I bet you're so happy to be back at your hometown.
I am thrilled. 2 years ago, the Army gave me the opportunity to come back here to Jacksonville, where I grew up. I'm a graduate of Middleburg High School. Oh. And to come back and to be in Jacksonville and serve in the Hammer of the South Battalion. And our battalion is just so rich in history. And we serve actually Southeast Georgia all the way down to Daytona. Oh. We have a company in Savannah, a company in Daytona, a company in Gainesville, a company in Valdosta, and then a company right here in Jacksonville. So as we call, like I said, as we call ourselves the Hammer of the South, the hammer provides the strength. So we are always the hammer, never the nail.
Oh, that's wonderful. I love to hear that. So tell us a little bit about your experience, because you are a cancer survivor, like I said, but you were still able to serve in the Army.
Yes, I got diagnosed with breast cancer in December of 2021. And when I tell you, the Army stood by my side through every single moment, every treatment, every surgery, anything and everything that I needed and my family needed. When I tell you, I would leave a treatment and I would open up my phone and it was a video that my company had put together. Aww. And they hashtagged it, "We Fight Breast Cancer with Sergeant First Class Park."
Oh my gosh, I bet that made you feel so good, and to have
Tears
that
of joy.
Yeah, and you weren't alone, right?
I was not alone.
Yeah.
And it was, when I tell you, the video was not just people from my company, people all across the Army wow. just came together and said, "We want to support you. How can we support you?" And it was the sense of purpose that I said, I joined a family that is bigger than just, blood. These are brothers and sisters to my left and right who have now impacted and made a difference in my life.
Yes, military friends are some of your best friends.
They truly are.
Yeah,
they truly are.
And you've been able to serve in many capacities and also do some volunteering.
I do a lot of volunteer work that I'm very passionate about in my spare time. As I said, I am a mom. I have a 9-year-old son and a 4-year-old son, so I spend a lot of time doing sports volunteering. But I also volunteer with 2 organizations that are very special to my heart. One is local here to the First Coast. It's called V for Victory. They help cancer patients and families and everything right here in the local community. And then I also volunteer with another organization that does breast cancer retreats, or week-long retreats for breast cancer families. And I go and I spend a week on these retreats serving these families. And actually, instead of a volunteer, we're called Volunstars.
I love that you're giving back. Yes. I think that's so fantastic. So what motivates you to put on this uniform every day?
So it started, I am 4 generations Army on my father's side. So I saw every day, my grandfather was a retired first sergeant. He was a logistician, which is what I serve as currently. Yes. So I'm currently on recruiting, but my actual job, I am in logistics. And so seeing every male member of my family wear the uniform, I knew I had a calling for a bigger purpose and that I wanted to do something. And then now that I'm a mom, my children watch what I am doing, whether it's volunteering or whether it's serving. My son still tells his friends, like, I got to ride in a Bradley, or I got to, see the inside of a tank. And I truly have children who are proud to have a mom who is in the Army. And so to know that I am providing that future legacy, especially my son already has told me he wants to go to West Point, and he's 9 years old.
I bet you're so proud.
I am so proud. So they see what we are doing and how we are impacting, and knowing that when they hear that cousin is deployed, or they know that they are out there serving and protecting their freedoms.
So not only are you proud of him, he's proud of you, it sounds like.
100%.
Well, 100%. Thank you again so much for being here today and for your service and for giving back to the community.
Yes, it is so great to be here, and thank you again. And yes, this has been a great opportunity.
Yes, it definitely has.